What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news, as promised, concerning Javon Sugar Hill. Okay, Javon Sugar Hill Stewart, as a lot of people like to call him. He is the nephew of the renowned trainer Emmanuel Stewart. And to further explain, like promised, about his placing in the camp of Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury did come to him before, and they mentioned him being in the camp. He did not know himself that he was even going to be head trainer. So that tells me right there that Tyson Fury went back to Ben Davidson, and Ben Davidson felt some type of way about that particular placement. I don't think that Tyson Fury originally intended for Ben Davidson to leave. Ben Davidson left, and I think he felt disrespected, or just really disrespected, like he was being overplaced, by Javon Hill. And I don't see Tyson Fury going to this man. Think about it. You're going to Javon Hill saying, hey, I want you in the camp. Then he says, okay, well, I'll consider it or whatnot. And then you hear about Ben Davidson all of a sudden leaving. Then all of a sudden you're head trainer. So it had to be a conversation that when Javon was not present, Tyson Fury had with Ben Davidson. And the reason for that was because he wanted him along. I don't see Ben Davidson just splitting. I think that was Ben's call. I think Ben got pissed off, like, hey, if you want that, we'll be friends, but I can't be there with this guy. And then a lot of times you'll have conflicting instructions from two different guys. So I think Ben wanted to take full control of what he didn't have control over no more. You know what I mean? Because if he had to co-train with someone, I think Ben was like, you know what? I did a better job. I did a good job, and I've proven myself in the first fight to do a good damn job, and I think I've done that. So if you don't think that I can do that, oh well. Because you remember they had friction between him and Freddie Roach before. And him and Freddie Roach bumped heads a lot of times because what Freddie would have done wasn't what Ben instructed. So if you look at everything now in hindsight, maybe Tyson Fury was like, well, you know what? I think I think it's best to bring someone else in. When he did that, Ben Davidson stepped. He stepped. Because, of course, this wasn't Tyson Fury that let this news out. It was Ben Davidson. Remember that? Right? And I wasn't even aware that people were asking him about his relationship with Tyson Fury, personal or, or business, any of that. Those guys were friends. He was actually interviewed after the Joshua fight. Remember saying Joshua was like a poor man's Fury? So a lot of these things, man, is coming into play now, and we're putting it all together. Like, the question is, when did Tyson Fury reach out to Javon Hill? Then that'll let you know when all this split up happened, So Ben Davidson, I think he didn't want to go through another training camp like he did with Freddie Roach. He didn't want to co-train with anyone anymore. He wanted full ownership and instructions over Tyson Fury. And I think Tyson Fury informed him, like, dude, you can't do it by yourself. You know what I mean? The conversation came down to who is more legitimate, right, than that. Remember, this is Ben Davidson. This is not Freddie Roach. This is not, Abel Sanchez. This is none of that. This is Ben Davidson, a young guy that really hasn't been proven. And then let's look at it on the night. On the night, he cried. He was very emotional. He was damn near jumped into the ring when Deontay Wilder landed that right hand, followed by that left hook, bouncing Fury's head off the canvas and damn near registering him unconscious, right? So because of that, because of what leaked from Freddie Roach, that could have cost Fury the fight. It didn't make any difference if Fury would have got up on 9. It would have been a disqualification if he'd have jumped his ass in the ring like that. He couldn't do that. Those are against the rules, okay? So all this is taken in consideration. Yeah, he's a good friend, but damn, can you stop Tyson Fury from fucking throwing down beers in training camp? You're not supposed to be fucking drinking beer. Damn, it got protein in it, but that's not the type of protein you need when you're training, brother. None of that. Okay? So I think honestly now, if we're looking at everything, I think he needs someone that's going to make him, you know, like I've told you guys, I think it was a conflict of interest when you got a friendship here, then you got this business here. That's why I really hate to do business with true friends. You know what I mean? I don't like that. You know, you got a friend, whatever friendship it is, if it's platonic or non-platonic, you don't want to really mix that with business. You know what I mean? That friendship in business thing hardly ever works, because when what happens, if it, you know, luckily those guys, he labels Tyson Fury still a friend, but a lot of times they don't go that way. You know, you mess up in business, then all of a sudden it ruins everything. You know, so. And then really we don't know how it is. That's probably Ben Davidson. They might not even be cool. We don't know that. It's just something that Ben Davidson said, you know? And Tyson Fury won't disrespect him because he knows, you know, he's a human being. He's pretty decent. He's bipolar as hell at times, but at the end of the day, I don't think he'll go as far as to badmouth Ben Davidson, because he knows Ben Davidson has been like a brother to him, has been there with a lot, and they've been through a lot, you know? But as far as training, I don't think in training that he felt Ben Davidson could do it by himself. And that's why Javon Hill didn't know this information. You know what I mean? Which is probably a good thing. You think about it. The less he knew, the better. Because he didn't know he was coming into a situation where he was going to be top dog. You know, he just knew he was going to be an additive to that situation. Okay? That's just like if Anthony Joshua reached out to Ishmael Solis, right? The Cuban trainer. He reached out to him and said, hey, I want to add you on. And then he said, okay, I'm good. Then later on you hear that Rob McCracken's gone. What are you going to think? Right? He got rid of Rob McCracken for Ishmael Solis. You know what I mean? That's exactly what happened in this situation. We could read that with our eyes closed. You know? So I believe those are the reasons it happened, and I wanted to break that down to you guys. You guys tell me what you think about Javon Hill's statements. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.